Hey, what's up? I'm standing here in front of the biggest plant in the whole garden, and I'm really happy about it because it's a hard plant to grow. This is the biggest scorpion pepper of the year. And it's, as of today, 201 days old. I bought these seeds from the Chili Pepper Institute. I've got two kinds, scorpions and 7 pots. And you can see the plants are extremely productive. I mean, they're just loaded. I don't remember how many seeds came in the packet, but it was enough to where I had plenty of seeds to work with. And as you can see, most of them germinated. I'm really happy with the Chili Pepper Institute. New Mexico State is the organization that runs it. And I think they're primarily a research facility, but they do sell a lot of their peppers. And the seeds I thought were decently priced, and they were very viable. 7 pots. I've got more over there. It just goes on and on all the way down the row. This is just the first wave. I've got about 2 or 3 more waves of peppers that are gonna ripen before the frost, which is in probably about 5 weeks. One thing I should point out is that the soil in this garden is pretty poor. Check that out. Like, that is just sand, and that's all it's ever going to be. But I was able to raise a pretty good crop out of that by using alfalfa meal as a fertilizer. So this is my 3rd year of using alfalfa meal as a fertilizer, and it has produced outstanding results, like shocking. This plant was ripped up out of the ground by accident when I was cleaning up some cucumber vines, but I'm not worried about it because the crop this year was so big that it's not a big loss. So the Chili Pepper Institute is an institute run by New Mexico State, and it's primarily for research. I think that there's scientists and plant breeders there that are researching new cultivars and developing new varieties, but they do sell some of their overflow, I believe, and it's a good organization because it's somebody's job to make sure that the greenhouse is in working order and that the plants are not cross-pollinating and the strains remain pure. And since it's run by scientists and technicians and horticulturalists, people with master's degrees, you pretty much get what you pay for. These seeds are $9 a piece, which is a lot of money, but when you look at the success I had, that's a small price to pay because it's a very high quality product. For me, the problem with buying stuff from just some guy's website is that you never know if you're gonna get the genetic purity that you wanted. It's really hard to keep peppers from cross-pollinating when they're grown together. And so I didn't want to take that risk, considering that it takes so much time and energy to not only grow the product, but also to process it into what you're gonna process it eventually into. So these right here are going to be dehydrated in this style of dehydrator, and once they're dried out, I'm going to crush them into chili powder. So here's the chili powder right here. I don't grind it in a grinder, I just put it in the bag and then just smash it, and it gives me I guess you could call it chili flakes, but this is some pretty dangerous stuff right here. This is it's shocking how hot this is. Alright, so I'm going to cut these peppers in half, and then I'm going to scoop out the seeds. I know that you lose heat by doing that, but these things are so hot that it's not going to matter. From here, I'll put them in the dehydrator, and I'll have to dehydrate them in the garage because the fumes coming out of these are so powerful that it runs everybody out of the house. Now that I have your attention, let me show you this knife right here. This is a $1 knife. It's a junk $1 knife that I bought from the thrift store. I sharpened it on a belt sander, and I thinned down the blade, okay? And then I followed that up by sharpening it with a Lansky style sharpener. And I was able to get this junk knife sharp enough to slice through these tomatoes with ease. So that's the end of my review. I'm really happy with the seeds that I got from the Chili Pepper Institute from New Mexico State. So check out their website. It looks like I'm gonna get about 5 trays of these today. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a whole new batch of peppers. I don't know what to do with them. I got to come up with creative ways to use these. Maybe leave a comment, let me know what I should do with all these, because there's a bunch of them. If you want to subscribe, I think I'm going to, throughout the winter, even if it's 0 degrees, come outside and cook something with these every single week until they're gone. So that would be a fun project. If you want to subscribe, thank you.